Howdy, howdy, everybody. Welcome back to Just Take My Money podcast. This is Priscilla.
And this is Loren.
And this is a podcast where we shoot the shit and bring our terrible shopping habits to life.
We bring you products that are random, practical, and everything in between in hopes that maybe y'all might buy it and let us live vicariously through you.
Unless we bought it already. But that doesn't mean you can't have it too.
Go ahead and follow along by going to our Komi link either through our Instagram bio at Just Take My Money Podcast with underscores for spacing, or going straight to Komi itself at justtakemymoneypodcast.komi.io. That's Komi, spelled Komi.
Make sure to also like and follow us on TikTok, where we share plenty of sneak peeks of upcoming episodes.
Now let's jump into our episode. Hope you enjoy.
What's up, Loren?
The sky's up, Priscilla.
Aren't you a smartass today?
Yes. I am.
Honestly, if you had said the ceiling, that would have been a little more like...
boring.
Okay, fine. The ceiling fan.
It is up.
Yeah, it's up, high up. Okay, so I felt like I needed to start today off with telling you a really great story.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Because this just happened to me this week and I can't get over it.
Okay.
I've told you a bit about it, but let's just let the listeners also have fun with this. So Cole kind of, I'm saying this because I don't know how much he can hear from the living room. He snores at night, right?
Oh, yes.
And he tries to help that with this mouth tape that is almost like, it has a terrifying name. It's called hostage tape.
And when she says mouth tape, quite literally, it looks like somebody literally slapped a strip of duct tape over your mouth. She showed it to me. Slightly terrifying. I would probably freak the fuck out if this was used on me.
Well, and so essentially, like, it's not as scary as it sounds and looks. It's got some perforations in it. So, like, if your body is so inclined to still try to breathe through your mouth, like he does sometimes, air does go through. It's just like super limited to really just try to get the body to go with it.
Yeah.
So he hadn't been wearing it as much this week to bed. And so my job as the person who loves him dearly and wants him to stay alive is to get him to roll over onto his side if he starts to snore too much. So I'm awake, I'm scrolling on my phone. He's on his back and he's starting to snore a little bit. So I'm like, hey, babe. This like little tap, tap, tap. You want to turn over? And that's how I usually do it. It doesn't take a lot. It takes the slightest tap and a little whisper, and he turns over. And he is, would you consider this a heavy sleeper? If someone
That's a light sleeper.
Well, like a light sleeper, but if you can't remember that you woke up at all.
I feel like that's slightly different.
Because he never remembers ever whenever I tap him and talk to him. Like, he doesn't recall ever turning over per my request. He just wakes up and asks, so how'd I do?
I don't know. That's interesting because the fact that he does it so easily makes me think that means he's a light sleeper. But the fact he's like unconsciously doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that would like categorize him, because in my mind I want to say light sleeper, but the fact that he doesn't remember it, I feel like that's like falls on a whole nother category.
Yeah, I don't know what that category is. I don't. So I guess on
zombie?
He's a zombie. Well, let's go with the category of like a sleep talker, sleepwalker, right?
Okay.
So I tap him just like I always do. I'm like, babe, you gotta, roll over. And as I'm tapping him on the chest really lightly, this man lifts his hand, kind of taps my hand away, like kind of swooshes it away. And he goes, Ka-Chow. And I'm in disbelief. I'm like, what? And he brings his hand back over again, swipes at mine, and goes, Ka-Chow.
Like, and this was with the mouth tape on?
No, because remember, he wasn't wearing it as much this week.
Oh, okay.
So I was on extra alert of like, I gotta roll him over. He's gonna actually really be snoring a lot.
Okay, yes, I'm following.
The removal of the mouth tape has got some dreams going on, I guess, where he's Lightning McQueen. So he's Ka-Chowing me. And I'm like,
Ka-Chow.
Did you just Ka-Chow me a second time? And this sassy man just looks at me barely. His eyes are barely open, barely. So I'm still not sure if he's awake or not.
Uh-huh.
And he just smirks at me and just kind of giggled. He's like, and I again, I'm in disbelief. And I'm like, Cole, are you awake? And he just goes, just kind of shrugs, just, And then finally, like, he just kind of attempted to roll over. Okay. I let him be. I laughed so hard, just internally, trying not to actually wake him up if he really was asleep. And that was that for a bit. And then he completely rolls on his back again. I'm like, oh, okay, I got to get him rolled over again. Uh-huh. So I lightly tap again. I'm anticipating a Ka-Chow. I got no Ka-Chow. Instead, I got a, don't worry. I'll spread out in a minute. I said, I'm sorry. No, don't spread. No, don't take the whole bed. No. And it goes, yeah, I'll do it in a minute. And I'm like, no, roll the hell over right now. And again, he just kind of goes, and I was like, this man is against me in his dreams. Oh my God.
Oh, that's funny.
He woke up and I really thought he was going to be like, yeah, did you find that funny? No, he's like, what? What's going on? And I stared at him like, really? Were you really asleep for all of that? He's like, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. And I told him everything. He goes, I think you're making that up. I could not make up Ka-Chow. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like then that has to categorize him in a heavy sleeper. It flabbergasts me that you can like lightly tap him and he'll like move. Yeah. But then all of these other things will happen. It's got to be like, there has to be like a state that you are in between awake and in between asleep.
Yeah.
Because like I used to be a very, very light sleeper, like heard everything. You move, I'm awake. I have since become a heavier sleeper after having become a mom because ain't nobody got time for that. I need to sleep. But my grandpa, he'll talk in his sleep and he won't remember any of it. But he'll have the whole entire house like rolling because we will hear everything that he's saying and all of his stories. And like all of his grandkids will be sleeping in all the bunk beds and stuff. And he'll be talking this crazy ass shit. And then we're just laughing our asses off. But he doesn't remember any of it.
That's precious.
But that's like heavier, like that's for sure like a heavy sleeper.
Yeah.
But you know what? Now that I'm saying this out loud, I think my grandma can like tap him and he'll roll over.
Okay. So it all falls within the same. Okay. So yeah, that's Cole to a T right there.
That's
just
funny.
He got way more sassy. And then after all of that, he goes, you know, I do think I've been seeing a lot more Lightning McQueen memes lately. And it came full circle right there.
Subconsciously.
Yeah, I was like, okay, it makes sense now. I love this. Okay.
That's funny.
And I have also a second mini story for you.
Yeah, of course.
So after episode 15, we had talked about my adventures with a bike on campus.
Yes.
And failing at those adventures, right? Well, my mother was listening to that. And while I'm at work, minding my own business, this woman sends me a text. I love you, Mom. But I burst out laughing while sitting at work. And the text message reads, "You better get back to riding a bike. I will not have a daughter that can't ride a bike. Do we need to teach you to ride it again? Because I will."
Your mom is not playing.
So that was like a full-on threat.
Yep. Full on.
And I made a bet and I said, only if you ride one first, because I am willing to bet that it has been the equal amount of time for the both of us since either of us have ridden a bike.
Now, question, is there a bike to even ride?
So I know My dad has like one or two.
Okay.
And probably one at least for sure. And my sister got one like during COVID.
Okay.
And rode it like a few times and then lost interest.
Okay, but you still have your sister's?
Yeah.
Okay,
so I think
definitely ride hers. Because have you ever ridden a men's bike?
No.
Oh my God, you will fucking wreck yourself. Oh my goodness. One time I tried to ride my dad's bike as a kid, and the bar falls different on a man's bike than on a woman. I said that like I was Canadian. A man's bike. My northern accent coming out. The bar falls different. It's more straight on a man's bike and it's more angled on a woman's bike, which you would think that is the opposite, but it's not. Fucking fell and damn near ripped myself in half on the bar. So do not ride your dad's bike.
Okay.
Ride your sister's bike.
Okay.
Yeah, just as a tip.
Yeah, I can do that. Okay. Yeah, because that bike should still be there. I think I told them at one point when I moved out, like, hey, I'm interested in that bike if you're not going to get rid of it. Like, I want it. So
this story intrigues me as to if I can still ride a bike. I feel like, because
we all feel like it.
Yeah.
Until.
It's just like riding a bike.
Until
it happens.
That's why.
I don't know anybody that has a bike.
That's why whenever I hear somebody say, well, it's like riding a bike, I mentally go back to me in college. Like, you don't know what that really means.
That doesn't mean shit.
Listen, I've had a lot of slips and falls in college. There were a lot of days where like it would ice over. Okay, well I say a lot, but for Texas it was a lot. There were a lot of days where it would slide. Wow, ice over, and I would slip and slide and fall on my butt. In front of people, and they would just kind of stare at you, and you just learned to kind of lie there in agony for a second, contemplate life, contemplate even trying to get to class, and then think to yourself, I should get up at some point or someone might think I'm dead. So I've been doing this for years, okay? I've been embarrassing myself for years.
Oh, that's so funny.
Someone out there will hear this and be like, oh, that was her?
Oh, I saw that girl. All right, so that's the... Oh my goodness, I just had a brain fart. Let's follow up on your story, on your bike story.
Yeah.
There's not really much for Jeff's correction corner. So, obviously we are ahead of the game. He has a couple comments on episode 15, which is 2 episodes ago. Not really much correction, so we're awesome.
It's only because we caught ourselves.
That's true.
And remembered Armageddon.
Right? Because that was his comment. He was like, fucking Armageddon, man. Literally one of my favorite movies. And literally a second later, he was like, oh, there you go. Y'all got it. And like laughing his ass off. And then he also said, the devil is in the details is a very common phrase, by the way, which I knew it was common phrase. I think it was just in the context that it was used in that I was making fun of it.
Yeah, it was just because we were talking about a cathedral.
Which now that we're saying this out loud again, I guess that's probably why the person used it.
Oh, 1,000%. I was just like, all right, like, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. So that's probably that. So yeah, that's Jeff's correction corner from episode 15. So not much of a correction, just more of a comment.
Yeah. I mean, the way we record these episodes, the most efficient way for us, we're doing like 2 at a time.
Yep.
So stuff you will hear stories and corrections about will typically be like
delayed.
Yeah, delayed, like 2 episodes ahead type deal.
Yeah.
So, and that's if there's any updates on that.
That's true.
Previous 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, it might be more comments than anything else.
Yeah. So, yeah, high five.
Whoop, whoop.
We did it.
We did it. We didn't suck.
All right, Loren, I believe it's your time to begin.
It is.
You're going first today, right?
I am.
Okay.
I am. So let's get started on the products. I almost said projects. All right. Here is my first product.
Oh.
It is the Air Grip Laser Level by Ryobi.
Yeah.
I think this thing is super fucking cool. It literally has like this whole suction thing set up on it. I watched a video of it. The pictures just literally don't do it justice, but it has like a little air compressor and a little suction cup looking thing on the back of it, and literally will suck. Oh, that sounds terrible. Suction to the wall so that you literally don't move. You keep your laser level at the exact level that you need it. And then it also has a 45-degree angle. So you can change it from 0 and 45. I think it's cool as shit. And it would save so many things. But then also at the same time, I don't have one of these. And I am very much so the person that's just like, looks good enough, and put a nail in the wall and put it on there. But for like bigger items, it would be cool to have this.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the example I'm seeing is someone trying to put 3 portraits up on a staircase. So you want it to be like cascading up equally kind of thing.
It looks so nice. I will say, Jeff and I just got some pictures printed, some canvases.
Mm-hmm.
We had some pictures taken of us and the baby, and they came out amazing. So I was like, I want prints. So I got these big canvas prints, and I got 5. And there's one big one, and then there's 4 smaller ones.
Mm-hmm.
And on a whim, I was like, let's just hang these right now. And we were lazy as shit. We didn't find a measuring tape. So I was like, I'll just eyeball it. Have you ever, this is a slight tangent, have you ever been fitted for a bra?
I'm going to say no, because anyone who looks at me would find out why very quickly.
No, stop it. But have you seen it done, like with the measuring tape and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in like the Victoria's Secret days, where you used to like, for all those bra wearers out there.
Yes.
Back in the day. Yeah. You'd go there and they would do that.
Well, see, they still do.
I mean, sure. Okay.
So I worked at Belk, and I worked in the women's department.
Yeah.
So I had to do bra fittings.
Oh.
So I had that measuring tape, right?
Yeah.
And when we were hanging our things on the wall, neither one of us wanted to go out into the garage to get our real measuring tape. So I handed Jeff the measuring tape I used to fit bras, and he's like, "You're using the booby tape?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're going to use the booby tape."
Booby tape.
Yeah, we didn't use like I mean, it's a measuring tape. It still counts.
It's got numbers on it.
Yeah. It just wasn't like a measuring tape for building. It was a measuring tape for building, or for measuring boobies. But yes, they work the exact same. And that's what we use to measure out where we're hanging the pictures on the wall. I didn't have a laser level. I used the booby tape.
Here's a good question. If you had this laser level, but it was in your garage,
yeah,
would you have still gotten it? Or would you still have used the booby tape?
Oh, no, I feel like I would have been so excited to use the new toy.
Okay, that's fair.
That I definitely would have gotten up and got it. At the time, Jeff had already just brought in the hammer and the nails, and then was like, "Oh, I forgot the measuring tape." And I was like, it's fine. I'll eyeball it. And I gotta tell you, my eyeballing is spot the fuck on, because Jeff measured it and he was like, "Holy shit, babe, this is literally exact." Like, I'm very proud of my eyeballing skills.
I'm very proud of you for being proud.
Yes, it's a good feeling. I mean, they're probably not perfectly level on each side.
Yeah.
But as far as like perfectly centered on the other stuff,
yeah,
perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's a good feeling. But no, I think that this is cool as shit, and I think it would come in handy for a lot of things. And like Jeff and I, well, I shouldn't say Jeff. I am wanting to do projects all the time. So then he is just forced to do the projects that I want to do.
Yeah. I feel that.
So I feel like this would come in handy for a lot of things. And it goes 20 foot. So that's a good laser level. We had a stud finder laser level, but then we had an HVAC issue and our house flooded.
Oh.
And the stud finder we lost the stud finder, RIP.
Yikes.
R.I.P. Stud Finder.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I like this. I like what I'm seeing. I like that whole like wall grippy thing.
Mm-hmm.
But as a person with a house from the 70s, I gotta ask, do you believe this would be able to suction to textured walls?
Because that also crossed my mind because I have textured walls as well. Mine are not as textured as yours, but that is why I don't own one yet.
Yeah.
Because it's only $39.97. That's not a bad price.
Yeah, it's really
for
not.
what you're getting. And like the previous Stud Finder laser level that we had the little nail on the back or the little pin on the back. So you just stuck it in the wall.
Oh, but then
it leaves that little hole, which is not a big deal. It takes literally a second to patch.
Yeah, as your son would know now.
Yes, my son does know. My 2-year-old, as Priscilla brings to everybody's attention, knows how to spackle a wall at 2 because little man, I was in his closet one day and there was a disassembled baby swing that he was like, oh, I want to play with this arm. And I was like, all right, you can play with it. But then he decided that he wanted to take the metal arm to the bottom of the swing and start wailing on the wall in the hallway.
Oh my gosh.
To which I ran screaming, no, and saw that there was, I think, approximately 6 little indentations on my drywall.
Yeah.
Took that away from him. And I made that boy sit on the floor with me. And I showed him how to spackle that wall. Because I was like, no way. You are not doing this. You're going to reap the consequences of putting holes in my wall. It was not a full-on hole. It was just an indentation. But nevertheless, there was missing drywall. So he sat on the floor with me and I made him help me fill them. And then from that moment forward, every time he comes home, he tries to find the spackle and the little
spatula.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I had a brain fart. And he will go to the wall that he patch repaired with me and he will pretend, well, he tries to open the spackle. Luckily, he's not strong enough to open the spackle yet because that's just another story for another day whenever that's going to happen. But yes, my 2-year-old knows how to spackle a wall because he fucked up. But back to your question on if it's going to work on textured walls. I would like to think to a degree of textured wall it will, but I have a feeling it probably won't. Yeah,
that's my worry because I bought a level not too long ago and I really like it. Like, it's really cool. It's got like an auto level feature. So it's kind of, it's internally wobbly.
Okay.
So that you'll let it be and let it like level itself. It's really cool. It's like a little laser on water inside or something.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure there's not actual water, but like that's kind of how it bobs.
Yeah.
So I like that. But at the same time, it's inconvenient to find either a good place to put it so that it's high enough for what you need it for, or you need a mounting tripod for it.
Oh.
So I got one for it because I said, well, I mean, I'm not always going to have somewhere to put this on.
Yeah.
And that's cool too, but sometimes still, again, not high enough.
Yeah.
And so, like, seeing yours that you brought, it's cool because you can essentially put it at whatever point you need. But then there's the issue of, is it even going to stick to my walls?
Yeah. I wish I had the video. Does it have a video on here? I should have.
No.
Dang it. Okay. Because it seems to have a pretty good suction. And the if you pull up the picture to look at the back of it, does it have one?
There's no back.
Dang
showing.
it.
I think
it's the whole thing. See, like the suction is the whole entire shape. So being that it has more surface area, I would like to think that you have a better chance because there's more area.
Oh, see, I would say that's less of a chance.
You think so? You think with the smaller suction it would work better?
I would say if they had a ton of little suction cups, then that gives it the opportunity to grasp on to different surface levels.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have one big suction cup, then you really need the surface to be like
perfectly flat.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's how I perceive that. I mean, I'm often wrong, so.
No, I think we both have valid points. Now it's just buying it and testing it out.
I mean, it's not the worst purchase one of us would ever make,
No,
since
especially
it's
$40.
Yeah, $40. Like that's pretty good.
Whenever I can convince Jeff to do my shiplap wall, we'll buy one.
Okay.
Hi, babe. Only been talking about that for a couple of years. I know, babe. Just a couple more days. Just a couple more days.
Well, I mean, I like it. I like it. I love the idea. I'll just say, when you can prove to me that giant suction cup on the back can get onto textured walls, then we're really talking.
I think every time that we're going to bring something like this type of item, it's always going to go back to textured walls.
Yeah.
We've talked about other things in the past. I don't think on the podcast, I think off the podcast. And it literally always comes back down to the textured walls.
It's like those, I feel like we've talked about these. Like, they have those picture frames that are supposed to just like stick straight onto your wall, so that way you don't have to make holes and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And those are so cool. But then both you and I were like,
textured walls, man.
But we got textured walls, and this house has been through things, I swear. In the kitchen, I found a teeny, teeny, tiny little sliver of the original wallpaper.
Oh, love it.
And it was so cool, Loren. It was flowers, yellow and green, like daisies. It was so 70s.
Yeah, big time.
And I'm so sad that, like,
it's gone.
That's all gone, and they freaking took it off just to texture up all the walls in the house.
They textured the shit out of these walls, too.
And I know this wasn't the original, because like I said, I can see some of the original wallpaper.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that wallpaper doesn't have texture underneath that. So, like, they took that off, added texture to this whole damn house.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is a great idea. Sad. Sad for me.
I want to know who thought that textured walls were a great idea.
Oh, it's one of those fads. Let's just be glad there's no popcorn ceilings. Oh, God. Let's just be so glad that that's not here, because I wouldn't be able to live with that.
Oh, man. Although,
not by choice.
Yeah, I would say the popcorn ceilings, as terrible as they are, those videos of removal of popcorn ceilings are so satisfying.
I love them. It's between that and the hydraulic press videos.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, there's this one chick. Love her. She always pops up on my TikTok because she's commenting on the hydraulic videos.
Okay.
Hydraulic press videos. And she, first off, she has an accent, so that's just fun to hear, because I love
kind of
her
accent?
Definitely on the British side.
Okay.
But like more posh side.
Okay.
Of British. And when she's talking, she judges them. She judges each video. And so she'll be like, yes, flawless, so clean. And then like someone will put grapes and it'll spurt out. She goes, oh, get that away from me. Why did you show me that? That is disgusting. Like, I love it. Like, if it's nice and clean and like, let's say, candle wax, like spewing out, she loves it because it's all uniform and clean and precise. But if it's something like liquidy spurting out and messy, she hates it and will just hate on it. And I feel that, like, every time she explains why she hates it, I'm like, yeah.
I think that's relatable.
It's so relatable.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. I'm gonna bring up my thing.
Okay.
And I know you're gonna love it. So I brought Loren. There's this account on Instagram that always pops up, and they have some pretty wacky stuff. I always love it. Their company is called Mind Flowers, and essentially they sell... it's a little bit of everything. It's a lot of wall art and like light switch art. I found them because they sell light switch covers.
Yes.
But their light switch covers aren't just like typical rectangular, square, whatever. They like make these acrylic, like what it's just artwork. It's artwork to go around your light switches.
Are they 3D printed?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it. I think they're just like CNC cut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, CNC machine cut. So I fell in love with this company, just kept following them because all their artwork looks so cool. And then one day they caught my eye extra hard.
Extra hard.
Because they had a light switch cover and they have it as a wall art as well, where it doesn't have to go on a light switch, but it's of a ghost.
So fitting.
And so the ghost I'm showing Loren right now is not glow in the dark. They just have a couple patterns like available, but you can customize them.
Oh.
And that's where you can get like a glow in the dark one. And you can get like a mini size, a medium size, and a mega size.
Dang. What is a mega size? How big is that? Does it have?
I'm not seeing dimensions,
Dang.
which is odd, but like I guess they have like
Dimensions.
Oh, you're right. My bad. Oh, but see, then the dimensions just say little and big. So the little is 10.75 inches tall and the big is 17.5 inches tall.
Okay.
Still pretty dang good.
Yeah.
So I love this company. They do really cool stuff. It's all just kind of like, it's all over the place. Seriously, like they go with themes. They always have themes. So like I love their spooky theme. There's this other one that I just pulled up for Loren that's called Curiosities, and it's literally like a jar with a skull inside of it.
Yes.
It's spooky ooky.
Ooh.
I love it. But
this
then
has
like
you written all over it.
Yeah, right? So like right now their theme that they're going with is boxing. So they have boxing gloves and like ladies boxing, and yeah, they go with whatever theme they're really feeling. And they had a
speakeasy.
Yeah, they had a speakeasy theme. Big fan of this one. Cole saw the martini glass light switch cover, and he was like, "Oh, I'm sold. I want that."
They have a giant olive with like the toothpick through it.
They have a man-eater one, literally someone just swallowing up.
I am not gonna lie to you. Yeah. I didn't know what that was. My brain literally could not comprehend what I was looking at.
It's all very retro-y.
It is very retro.
Like our favorites of 2023, like, the epitome of retro.
Yeah.
I love it all so much.
A disco ball.
Yeah, they have they have like some botanical stuff, disco ball.
That's very like stained glass looking.
Yes, I think that was what they were going for.
Flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, and then like I said, some of them will glow in the dark, so they'll change like either with black lights or at night.
Listen, I'm here for anything that glows in the dark. Like I love glow in the dark.
So do I.
Like if you don't like glow in the dark, like get out. Like the other day, Reeves had a shirt on, and I mean, a lot of our clothes for him are hand-me-downs because kids' clothes are expensive.
Yeah.
And I didn't recall having seen this shirt, so it just must have been at the bottom of the pile that hadn't been worn in a while. And I was like, you know what? This kind of looks like it glows in the dark. So naturally, I took him into the bathroom in the dark, shined a flashlight on his shirt, and then turned the flashlight off, and it glowed in the dark. It was like a T-Rex on his little shirt.
Aww.
And he... dopey little butt. He couldn't understand to like look down to look at his shirt. So I had to take him out of the bathroom and go into the closet so that he could look at himself in the mirror.
Yeah.
And of course he was like, wow.
Aww.
Meanwhile, I was doing the exact same thing because I love glow in the dark.
Yeah.
But like, it's just, what are you doing with your life if you don't like glow in the dark?
Seriously, like you saw my backpack that I took to Disney.
Mm-hmm.
It was a glow-in-the-dark mini ghost backpack.
Yeah, it was so cute.
And boy, was I a hit in every line that we went, where they were just like, it would get dark. And I would just like hear little kids behind me go like, oh my gosh, look, it's glowing.
Yeah.
And that's how I made sure Cole could find me in the crowds at night.
That was smart. That was smart on your part. Speaking of Disney, can we talk about Cole's backpack?
Yeah.
I am obsessed.
So when we were out at Disney, I pre-bought my backpack because we were going in October for my birthday. So I was super pumped, ready to be all like spooked out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So while we were out there, Cole was helping me with the backpack. Like, I mostly wore it because, you know, I'm a big girl. I can do it. But while we're out there, he was seeing all the different kinds of backpacks that Loungefly makes. And he was like, oh, those are really cool. And I was like, yeah, right? They have all these themes, like tons of themes. And we finally made it to like Tomorrowland. And he sees there's a Woody themed one. And it's essentially like Woody's outfit. It's like a perfect snapshot of it where you have the button up and the pants with the belt buckle. Mm-hmm. And of course, the sheriff's badge. Of course.
Of course.
So he sees that. He loves it. And then he puts it back down. And I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, nothing. I was just looking at it. And I was like, okay, but like, did you want it? And he's like, no. What would I need this for? I was like, carrying things? I don't know what backpacks are for. And he's like, no, that's silly. I'm not getting this. And we went to a couple more places. And of course, they like have the same stuff everywhere, but they have to like switch on and off of themes so they can fit everything everywhere.
Yeah.
And so we came across it a second time after he had seen it out and about. Mm-hmm. And by that point, he was like really loving it. And I was like, I promise you, you're going to be very happy you bought it. Like, you might as well get it. And he goes, well, what am I going to do with this when we get back home? And I said, oh, that's easy. I'll wear it out. I will wear it out when I wear my boots and everything.
Yeah.
I'll wear this. That's fine. It's perfect for Texas. And he was like, oh, yeah, okay, that's fine. The moment we walked out with it, that thing was on his chest. He likes to wear it backwards, where the backpack's on his chest. And I walked around saying he was wearing a baby Bjorn, just so I could say Bjorn. So anywhere we went, I'd be like, oh, where's your Bjorn? So, yeah, in all of our photos, there he is with this little Woody backpack on his chest.
I love it.
And it's a favorite in this household.
I love it. I like the Disney pictures. The first one that I saw his backpack, I got so excited. Like, I love it. Oh my goodness. Reeves loves Toy Story. So I'm in that phase where I love everything Toy Story.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, he should have worn it to Reeves' birthday.
You did not tell us it was Toy Story themed.
I didn't?
No, you told me the day and the time. And so we showed up.
Oh.
And then I see it's Toy Story themed, and I was like, oh, you could have worn your backpack. And he's like, yeah, that would have been so cool.
Dang,
and then we just like kind of went about our time because I was like, oh, that's fine. And maybe it was a last minute choice. Who knows? But like.
Oh, that's my bad. I thought I said. That's okay. Mom brain, man.
It's all good, man.
At least I told you to be there.
Yeah, let's just be glad you told me to be there. That, and you told me that he liked dinosaurs. So with that.
I forgot to tell you, he will put the dinosaur that you got him in the shopping cart that Cole got him and push him around the house.
Stop it!
It is so stinking cute. I don't know if I have caught him in action with a picture.
Yeah.
I'll have to look through my phone and see. But also, his dinosaur has to give him kisses at night.
I'm dying.
Yes.
I'm just, dead.
He loves it.
So, yeah, Cole and I had gone present shopping. And of course, I get excited getting presents for people. Mm-hmm. And then when you're picking for a 2-year-old, you get more excited because you're like, they're going to be so happy to see presents.
Yes.
Like, I can't wait.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what to get him. And you had mentioned he likes dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So we're looking, and a lot of stuff just felt way too much for a 2-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt kind of flustered. I was like, I don't know what's right for a 2-year-old. Dang it. And so I found a giant stuffed dinosaur. He's green and he's soft.
So cute.
And he's kind of like beanbaggy. So like he's weighted, but like a good amount of weighted and kind of floppy.
Yeah.
And so I thought he was perfect. I was like, oh, this is a win. Okay. And while in that aisle, Cole spotted a Target shopping cart. And he goes, this is really cool. And I said, I love Target and I want to get him a shopping cart, but what if he doesn't like it? And he's like, well, what if he doesn't like the dinosaur? I was like, I don't know. I don't know which way to go. And so I said, forget it. We're giving in. We're going to get both because what's better than one, two? And either way, he's going to like hopefully one of them.
Yeah.
So that just upped our chances.
And this is just to put in a little perspective, my kid is happy with a wooden spoon.
Yeah.
So like he loves everything, anything, all things. So if they would have shown up with a wooden spoon, he would have thought it was like, wow. But he's so easy to please, but he loves that dinosaur. There's a shopping cart in my car currently, and I can't remember because oddly enough, my sister-in-law's also got him a shopping cart, which was hilarious.
Got him the HEB one.
Yeah, they got him the HEB one. I think the HEB one is in my car, but he loves those shopping carts to the point that he puts his sippy cup and his breakfast in it and pushes his sippy and his breakfast out to the car on our way to daycare in the morning.
I love that.
But yeah, he
little baby consumer.
He is a little baby consumer for sure.
I mean, we're not helping. I'm over here like, all right, now let's go to Target.
Yeah.
And your sister-in-laws are like, and HEB, those are your 2 top priorities.
Yeah. And those are the top 2 stores we go to.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh, that was a good tangent.
That was a great tangent. But yeah, so I brought you the ghost cover, like wall art, but ultimately this Mind Flowers shop. I'm a big fan. Like, as you're seeing, they use some of their stuff to make like earrings, and some stuff is wall art, like I said before. I'm not sure if they make anything else.
Did they have the Ungrateful Dead go up?
Yeah, they have a Grateful
Home Decor.
Well, yeah, they're not going to call it the Grateful Dead, but it is themed.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have the dancing bears. They have like a lot of stuff.
Wow.
Looks like they do like keychains and earrings and wall art and light switch covers. So a little bit for everybody, you know?
Yeah, I think you need the ghosty wall.
Oh, the glow in the dark one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cole says that I should feel free to start looking at more neons and stuff if that's what I want for this room.
Dude, I've been looking at them too.
Shut up.
No, seriously.
He was over here like, maybe y'all should look into getting a custom one.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, what?
Do tell.
Like, please share your inspirations with me, Cole.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine like just this whole entire wall to be neon signs? Like, we would have to record with sunglasses on.
That'd be great.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
We would do that and then find some kind of reflective background and then just start doing video.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
You need a mirror on that wall and all of the lights on this wall.
I know. I was, because Loren and I are up against like a corner of the room, and then behind us is Cole's desk that is also an L shape going up to the opposite corner.
Yeah.
So I've thought about like, if we did video, how would that work? And essentially we would need some kind of like backdrop behind us that's just movable and like could scrunch
up. What are those like folding, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. They're like the 4-piece, like a bifold.
Yeah, a bifold.
Uh-huh. There's another word for it and I can't think of what it is right this second, but that with mirrors on it.
Yeah. Options. I know, right? We're thinking way too far ahead.
Way too far.
But that's okay, because that's fun.
That just knows how excited we are in sharing this with you guys.
Yeah, seriously. Because this has become our full-time, like, hobby. As in full-time, like, all seriously. The free time we got.
Yes, all the free time.
But it's fun, so that's okay.
It is.
And our partners support us, so thank God.
Big time. Big time.
Yeah, if they didn't, that would...
Suck balls.
Quick, what word comes to mind?
Oh my goodness.
All right, I'll switch over for you so you can present your last option.
You're going to laugh.
Right?
What did I bring, Priscilla?
You brought my wheelbarrow.
Okay, so Costco has a Stanley Jr. wheelbarrow and 7-piece garden set. I saw this at Costco and was like, oh my God, we need to buy this for Reeves. And then Priscilla also saw this at Costco and said, oh my God, I need this for my backyard. So I said that we have to buy one and her and Reeves can share a wheelbarrow.
Listen, it says recommended ages 3 and up. I am up.
You are up. That is correct, Priscilla. You are up. It comes with a rake and a hoe and a shovel. Like, it's a full size, well, not full size, a child size rake, and hoe. And then it has like the small handheld hoe, rake, and a shovel. And it has little gloves and, like a little smock. It's so stinking cute.
It is super cute. So I loved it when I found it because I was like, Cole, you and I both know very well I am not at a good height for a normal wheelbarrow and like any other outside stuff that's just like, I don't know, heavy and of normal height. Like, story of my life. Did I ever tell you that when I was in college, of course, because we were in architecture school, we had a wood shop.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we had projects to do out there, I would just walk in, and the guy who ran the wood shop, he was older. He had a cool ass mustache, well respected. He always like took one look at me and was like, no.
What?
And I'd say, why? And he goes, you know you're not tall enough for this. And I was like, I know that, but give me a shot.
What?
And he'd be like, I'll just do it for you. And I'd say, oh, well, if you insist.
Shut up.
I was not tall enough because I tried to prove him wrong and it almost didn't go well. And yeah, so
Priscilla.
Everything was just set so high.
No, so you didn't get to use anything?
So there were times where he'd let me if like there was something to stand on to give me a little boost.
Uh-huh.
But otherwise, he just kind of did it all for me for the sake of safety.
I mean, at least he was a cool dude and had safety in mind, but oh man, you didn't get to play with any of the saws?
Not entirely, no. I mean, like some stuff I just kind of aided, and like other stuff I was just like, I would just shrug it off and be like, well, you know, what are you going to do? I'll just wait for the day that there's something my height.
But did he like take you under his wing and like show you at least?
I mean, yeah, like I was there for everything.
Okay.
It just, his point was very correct in terms of like everything is set at a height that you are not really comfortable with. And I was like, this is valid. This is true.
Dang.
So I just let him do it all. But
I mean, it worked out.
I mean, he was really nice though. Like,
Yeah.
instead of being like, well, you're SOL, like you gotta go figure it out.
Yeah.
Like he was just like, that's not wise. No. So yeah, in those terms, I'm used to things not always being at a great height for me. It happens in the gym sometimes too, where I'm like, Cole, I cannot use that. That's not made for somebody with my proportions.
Aww.
So, I mean, it's not often, but it happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I saw this wheelbarrow. It was like, at last, something in my proportions.
I think that's funny. Atwood's has smaller ones. Obviously not this small. You also don't have like a huge backyard, so it really doesn't make sense for you to have like a big one.
Yeah.
Either.
I mean, we got lots of leaves.
Yeah. This would be like perfect size.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at
so stinking cute.
Okay, so yes, it looks small,
but
when you put it
really
up
not that bad
to a kid in this photo that's a little taller than Reeves, but like
that's a lot taller than Reeves.
I mean, yeah, not the kid.
Yeah, the kid.
Oh, I thought Reeves was pretty tall last time I saw him. Anyways, I don't know the size of children.
That's okay. It's okay. It's totally okay.
I just know things as either taller or shorter than me. Okay, I know he's gonna outgrow me very soon.
Yeah, he'll creep up on you real quick.
Oh man,
he'll outgrow this Stanley wheelbarrow before you do.
Yeah, well, because I never will. I'm doomed.
Oh man, how much was it? I don't even remember. $42.99.
It's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad. I want to say. No, I'm not going to say. I don't remember how much we paid for our wheelbarrow. But our wheelbarrow is not big. And honestly, I think our wheelbarrow is honestly too short for me.
So what you're saying is...
Yeah, it would probably work perfectly for you. But our wheelbarrow also... So like, see how the wood at the wheel all connects?
Yeah.
Our wheelbarrow has this... Can you enlarge this? And I'll show you what I'm saying. Our stupid fucking wheelbarrow has a piece of wood that goes in front of the wheel.
Okay, well, I feel like I've seen that design before. Why do people do that?
I don't know, but I've almost catapulted myself over the fucking wheelbarrow.
Oh, wait, do we think that happens? Let me see if I can beat Jeff to the punch. Do we think that happens? So that way it's got like roller skates. You remember how roller skates have that have that brake in the front?
Oh.
Do we think it's kind of like that, where it gives you something to lean it on so you can fully dump it over?
I don't know.
Jeff, am I right?
I don't know, but I literally almost catapulted myself over because also, which was on us, the wheel was a little flat.
Oh.
So then the piece of wood was even closer to the ground.
Wait, how do you pump up a wheelbarrow wheel?
With a bike pump.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or even an air compressor. But yeah, I don't remember if I was moving bricks or if I was moving dirt. And there was like a little bump in the grass. Fucking Loren almost went flying over the damn wheelbarrow. I was done after that. I put the wheelbarrow down and said, I'm not helping anymore.
Not today.
I quit.
Just cross his arms. Huh.
Pretty much.
Oh my god, I love it though. I love that this is like a full gardening set. Like, all right, kids, we'll meet you out there. You go start without us.
Yes, I feel like Reeves needed this the last time Jeff was working out in the yard. Which, speaking of working out in the yard, so funny story time.
Yeah.
So Jeff and I have been talking about planting a tree. We've talked about it for years, like even before we had Reeves. But with planting a tree, like there's so many steps in the process, and you got to get the yard ready, and you got to get the spot ready, and the soil ready, and you got to find the tree that you want, all this stuff. Well, I went to go get my hair done, and I come home, and Reeves and Jeff are in the backyard doing stuff. And like there is mulch all over the no, there was no mulch at the time.
Oh.
There's boxes, cardboard boxes. There's cardboard boxes in the backyard on the grass, and Jeff is walking back and forth putting bricks on the cardboard box in a circle to hold the boxes down.
Okay.
And he's watering the cardboard.
What?
Uh-huh. So I'm coming home to this. Well, that's like the first step. So you put the wet cardboard down, and then you put the mulch over top of it.
All right.
And like that whole process does what it has to do to like the grass, like kills the grass and like gets the soil ready for the trees. Jeff like did all of his homework. He did all of the research.
Yeah.
He did all this stuff. So like when this man gets an idea in his head, he is full on committed. So I'd never question anything at all, because I know that he spent hours upon hours upon hours doing his research. So he's just standing there essentially watering cardboard in our backyard. And he goes, do you know what your dog taught your son?
Oh, no.
And I was like, what? And he's like, well, first he taught him that when the hose is on and I'm spraying it, he can jump up. So you know how like when you spray a hose and a dog like jumps up and tries to eat the water?
Yes.
So Reeves saw Ruger doing that. So then Reeves was like, I can do that. So my kid and my dog are fighting over the water hose, trying to jump up and get water out of this hose. And I'm laughing, and I was like, oh my God, no, he didn't. And he's like, yeah, but do you know what else he fucking taught him? And I was like, no, the dog taught him more other things. Mind you, this kid is muddy. Like he is in, he took his socks off, he took his shoes off. So he literally was in just like jeans and a t-shirt, and he is like muddy. He's got dirt all over his face. Like he is
one with the mud.
Yes, he is boy through and through. So I was like, no, what else did he teach him? And Jeff stops and looks at me, and he says, your dog taught your kid to drink puddles.
No.
And I was like, what? No. And he goes, dead serious. We have cameras in our backyard.
They caught on camera.
So I was like, where did he teach him? So like right where our porch is and there's a water spot on the outside of the house.
Yeah.
And there's a low spot. And the hose had sprayed some water in that low spot. It was literally a mud puddle because there's no grass in that area. And we went and looked on the cameras, and Ruger starts drinking out of this mud puddle.
No.
You can see Reeves walking in the frame, and he stands there and watches Ruger. And then he's looking at the puddle, and then he looks at Ruger. Reeves gets down on all 4 hands and knees and starts drinking out of this mud puddle.
Stop.
And Jeff is still in the yard, like watering the cardboard. And then all of a sudden you see Reeves like pick his head up and like look in the direction where Jeff is standing.
Yeah.
And that he doesn't fully stop. Like he just takes a tactical pause and then he goes back to drinking the water out of the mud puddle with Ruger. Ruger and Reeves both have their face in this mud puddle and they're drinking this freaking water. And then you can tell that Reeves got yelled at. The volume wasn't working and the sound wasn't working on the camera, so I couldn't hear any of it.
Yeah.
So some of the humor is lost because you can't hear what's happening. But then Reeves like stands up and you can tell that like he's talking to Jeff and Reeves is pointing in the puddle like, dude, what's wrong? I'm just drinking the water, man.
He's doing it.
Like Ruger's doing it. So obviously it's okay. So yeah, my dog taught my kid to drink out of mud puddles and play. I don't mind playing in the hose.
Yeah.
But I would prefer he didn't drink mud puddles in the backyard.
Listen, they're brothers now, okay?
I mean, yeah, they always been brothers. Like
this was the truest test.
Yeah.
This was a test.
To
see if he could train him to drink mud puddles, and it worked. Yeah. So, yeah.
Which I don't know why Reeves thought that he could drink the mud puddle because he won't drink out of the dog bowl, thank God.
Oh, well, as far as you know.
Don't say that, Priscilla. Oh my God!
Just saying, he's learning how to do things when Jeff isn't looking.
This is true. He'll climb up on our bathroom sink. Yeah, and he will drink out of the sink. I don't mind that at all.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Yeah, no, I don't mind that at all.
He's just being self-sufficient.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, you want some?
You probably saw your cat do that. I was like, deal.
I don't know if the cat's ever done that, but yeah. So my kid's boy, through and through. He's boy.
Through and through. He is he's little boy who also kind of wants to be a dog.
Yeah. But didn't we all want to be dogs?
I did not.
You didn't want to be a dog when you were a kid?
I don't think so.
I want to be a dog now. Sleep 20 hours a day?
Yeah, that's different though. That's because we now know what it's like to support a dog. And we're like, that'd be super chill to just get to nap all day.
Yeah. Like even working dogs, you know that they can only work so long. Like,
really?
Yeah. I don't want to say because I don't want to misspeak, but they can only work so long in like a 30-minute or a 1 hour span. Mm-hmm. And then they have to sleep for XYZ.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. So like even like the dogs at the airport and stuff. Yeah. They have them on like short shifts because they literally have to sleep 20 hours a day.
Poor buds.
Not really. Oh man. What I wouldn't give to be a dog.
I know. It cracks me up when mine are just like huffing and puffing and like they're just so bothered by the day. And it's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I wore you down with my tales of work. Please tell me your woes, your fears. Tell me who really brought you down today. Oh, was it me?
You get to sleep on the couch. You get to sleep in my bed. Feed you.
Yeah, all the beds you can think of. Yeah. Cole sent me a photo yesterday. Mm-hmm. Captioned my little worker bees, and it was the dogs asleep at his feet under the desk.
Oh man.
And I'm like, yeah, they're working harder than me, honestly.
They're little secretaries.
Yeah, they're just little secretaries. Like Finn will come and like bump my chair when I'm editing the podcast. To just like sit here and chill. And I'm like, all right, buddy, thanks for the support. And then he just kind of like acknowledges it and leaves me. Like, That was fun for 2 seconds.
Aw. Our dog don't. Ruger is like, he is attached. Like, he does not leave you.
I think
all.
that's Finn for Cole. Like, Finn does not leave Cole's side if he can.
That's Ruger for either one of us. He's FOMO. He's got FOMO to like the nth degree.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to miss out on anything.
Yeah.
So but when I was in school, I pulled all those all-nighters and Ruger would just sleep in the room with me. Like, he did not leave the room.
Oh.
There were a few times that he was like, bitch, are you still going? It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. There was a couple times he was like, nah, I'm out. Fuck you. And he did. He took himself to bed. I couldn't find him one time, which is saying a lot.
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking Great Dane. I lost him one time in the house.
That's hard.
But he took his happy ass to bed and was like, bitch, no. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. What are you still doing up?
See, Benji's half and half.
Mm-hmm.
So half the time he feels like being like a FOMO dog.
Uh-huh.
And he just like, he won't eat his food unless you so lately we've been putting his bowl of food in the living room. Now that's not where we usually keep the dog bowls. The dog bowls are, you've seen it, they're by the entry, by like the kitchen. His bowl is in the living room.
Okay.
Next to the couch.
Okay.
Because he has so much FOMO that he will refuse to eat.
Oh.
Just so he can come and like see what's going on.
Really?
He doesn't like that people are away from his bowl because then he can't see what's going on. He's so small.
Oh.
So he has to have the bowl by the couch in order to actually eat it. So if Cole and I are on the couch, he's good. He knows he's not missing anything.
Okay.
Or like he'll sleep and take naps on top of the couch, like on the ledge.
Yeah.
So that he can keep an eye and see who's coming in and out. And that way he's not missing anything.
Ruger does that too.
So that's 50% of him. The other 50 will abandon me in a second if I have the TV too loud, and God forbid that is keeping him up. And he'll leave me for any other room in the house to go sleep in the dark.
Oh.
Like, and I'll move him. I'll move him back to me. Yeah. And then he'll just slowly get up, look at me all groggy, like, really? Are you the needy one right now? And then he'll just like walk back to the room that I took him from.
Oh my goodness. That's too funny.
50-50 shot.
Yeah.
I either have a dog or a cat.
He's a good mix.
He's a great mix. He's special.
They all are.
Well, Loren, this has been a good episode.
This has been a good episode. We squirreled a lot.
We squirreled a lot, but that's the fun part of it.
Yeah.
And we needed to make our way back after our schedules are all kind of crazy right now.
Yeah.
And we're kind of out of whack, and we're just kind of trying to wow, my words. We're trying to get ourselves together so we can both do some traveling.
Yes.
And that way we don't miss any weeks. So we're doing this for y'all if you really think about it.
Yeah, we don't want to leave y'all hanging.
Yeah. Or ourselves, whatever.
Yes.
It's not selfish at all.
No, not at all. All right. Well, we hope y'all enjoyed the episode, and we look forward to seeing y'all. Well, to recording for y'all next week.
Also, if y'all want to go ahead and follow us on any of our socials, Instagram, TikTok, those are the main ones.
Yeah.
And rate us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I don't think the others have ratings, but y'all feel like doing that, you know, 5 stars goes a long way.
Yeah.
In terms of like just the algorithms for us and getting us just further out there and, you know, really keeping our hopes going. So that way, I mean, we do this for fun.
Yeah.
But
we do.
It would be a nice little boost. I'm sensitive, okay? I need it. I'm being honest.
Priscilla needs y'all. She needs listeners. Like us, please.
Oh, well, anyways, thank y'all for listening. And we'll talk to y'all next week.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.